talk about Aukus for a minute. There hasn't been much discussion about Aukus. Well, there hasn't been much discussion about Aukus really since the thing started. A lot of us have been pressing the administration to gear that up. It has not been forthcoming. I'd like to hear your thoughts on Aukus, the importance thereof, and getting this thing moving as it was intended.
Well, one of the things we'll have to endeavor to see, obviously, there's a tremendous amount of this that relies on the Department of Defense and other entities in government. To the extent the Secretary of State and the Department of State is engaged, it's something that I think you're going to find very strong support for in this administration, because it's one of I think it's almost a blueprint in many ways of how we can create consortium-like partnership with nation states that are allied to us to confront some of these global challenges, be it in the defense realm, in the technology realm, in the critical minerals realm, in the sensitive technologies and critical technologies on, for example, artificial intelligence and advances in even quantum computing. This obviously is more defense related, but it's one example of how we can leverage the power of these partnerships with allies, 2-3 countries in some cases, broader in others, to reach outcomes and objectives, such as creating a geopolitical and strategic balance in the Indo-Pacific region and beyond. So we'll have to look at that and to see what components of whatever impediments exist can be removed by the action of the Department of State. But it also reminds us that in many of these, very few of these global issues are entirely reliant on the Department of State. The Department of Energy, the Department of Defense. We have a host of other government agencies, commerce in many cases, who also play a critical role in expediting and going through, for example, some of the lists of technologies that perhaps are not being transferred because they've been deemed as sensitive. But in the case of our strong and close allies, that's the point, right, is that you want to be able to find yourself in a situation where you can accelerate partnership by making available to key allies these sensitive technologies that we wouldn't want to see in the hands or developed by an adversary or unaligned country.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And our view is aligned, particularly on the excluded technology list. These are our closest and most trusted allies. And unfortunately, the current administration has really been difficult to work with as far as getting through that excluded technology list. And I hope you'll help expedite that. Let me talk for a minute about the